Well met, kinsman. What brings you to Whiterun? A pity. But there's no shame in it. One of them dragons comes calling in Whiterun. Aye, that I do. Half all my life. We Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. Our family's been closest kin for generations, but Ulfric Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty and foolish, that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that's a real problem. Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the bannered mare. See old Hulda. She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one. Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions. Ain't sure if they're taking on new members, but you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall. Jorvaskr. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper. Well met, kinsman. Well met, traveler. You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone is obsessed with death. People have forgotten humor, poetry, and romance. I love a good sword fight as much as the next man, but there's more to life. It's my desire to enter the Bard's College. My parents are hesitant, but I pray they let me attend. All I want is to escape from this madness, and if Ofina can come with me, all the better. But I've probably said too much. Need something? Aye.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now, and I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter to reclaim some rusty old sword?
I just need to hire one, maybe two good men. You won't starve.
I'll put it plainly. You can claim your sword, or you can keep your wife. If you set foot outside that gate, I won't be here when you return.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you. Saphir! Wait,
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Sometimes I miss the soldier's life, but when I hold my daughter in my arms, I know I made the right choice. My wife's a good woman. She can be a little hard-headed sometimes, but I love her just the same. My Saphir doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you. No, friend, that I'm not. But I get along with your kind well enough. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. If you... Need something?
Are you married? You look the type. Make sure you treat your wife with the respect she deserves.
Be glad you're here in the city and not out in Riverwood. Those poor sods don't even have a wall.
They can barely tolerate our presence on Earth. Today, they take away your faith. But what of tomorrow?
Here in Skyrim, can't neither magic nor the passing of time make it right.
Your children? Your very lives? And what does the Empire do? Nothing! Nay, worse than nothing! The Imperial machine enforces the will of the Dalmor against its own people! So rise up, children of the Empire! Rise up, Stormcloaks!
Evgir Onslaught has come at last, the season unending, war without end.
And divine! Trust in me, Whiterun. Trust in Heimskir. For I am the chosen of Talos. I alone have been anointed by the Ninth to spread his holy word. Talos the mighty, Talos the unerring, Talos the... To you,
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. Lend any aid
we
you
are
can.
but maggots, writhing in the filth of our own corruption, while you have ascended from the dung of mortality, and now walk among the stars. Once mad, I'm past mad.
Let me guess. Stole your sweet roll.
I'm the commander of the guard.
What would you have me do then? Nothing?
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information before we act.
Who's this then?
All this standing around is rubbish. We should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors. As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. You know about Helgen? The Jarl will want to speak to you personally. Approach.
So, you were at Helgen? You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I've found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
This is a priority now. Anything we can use to fight this dragon, or dragons. We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt. May the gods watch over your battles, friend. With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty, and perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet. No doubt he thought it was the only way to make his point, and also because he knew he could. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep. What is it that you need? Good day. You have my attention. Speak your mind.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow. An old tomb built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach. Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I, come to think of it. Take a look. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I, come to think of it.
Now rise up! Rise up, children of the Empire!
That Stormcloak's armor's getting on my nerves.
Embrace the word of
What is it? Dragons? I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them.
I ain't done nothing.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. Come back anytime if you need a remedy. What do you need, my friend? Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the Restoration School, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Mm-hmm.
Foolish old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son, hmm? What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side and he chose poorly, and now he's gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner you accept his loss, the better.
I will never accept his death. My son still lives. I feel it in my heart. So tell me, Battleborns, where is he? Where are you holding my Thorald?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, Cow. Your stupid son is dead. He died a Stormcloak traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
And to think...
All I can think about is my son, my Thorald. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those Battleborn, they're in with the Imperials. They know it too, and yet they lie to my very face.
Chops and steaks fit for a Jarl. Come and see my selection of the finest quality meats.
It's not wise to discuss it here. Please, if you truly wish to help, meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough of fish and fowl? Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender rack of ribs.
How can I help a brother North?
Battleborn, give me your money.
I don't have any money.
You better give me 5 septims right now or I'm gonna bloody your nose. 10 septims tomorrow, baby Battleborn, or I'm gonna bloody your nose and your lip.
No, please! I really don't have any money, Braith. I'll give you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me. It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. All right, then.
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, you know, even if you are my elder.
Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Avelstein, put that down. He's here to help us find Thorold.
How do we know he's not spying for the Battleborn? This was foolish. We can't trust anyone. Who knows what they'll do if they find me here?
I can't take any more of this. No weapons, please. Let's just talk.
All right, Mother. So, you're here to help? My brother Thorold, he was fighting for the Stormcloaks and went missing. Everyone assumes he's dead. But he's not, I just know it. The Imperials captured him, and they're holding him someplace. The Battleborns know where. I'd go and search their house for proof, but they want me to. I'd be captured, and then we'll never know what happened to him. So I need someone to find that proof for me. The Battleborns, the Emperor's biggest bootlickers here in Whiterun. Their connections to the Empire and the Legion are well known. When Thorold didn't return home, there was no question in my mind. They knew Thorold supported the Stormcloaks, knew he was gonna aid them in battle, made sure he didn't come back. Locked him up someplace to get back at my family. I'm sure of it. Anything that confirms that Thorold isn't dead, but is being held captive. I know those Battleborns have it. They'd be hiding it, of course. Wouldn't want it to get out that they've been lying this whole time. But you might be able to butter them up enough to lower their guard. Best if you didn't mention to anyone that you saw me here. Do you have news? Did you find something? I've said too much already. Remember, don't trust the Imperials, no matter what honeyed lies they tell you. Live long, fight well. Until next time. All right then.
Please, anything you can do to help me find my Thorold? It's hardly a secret that they have ties to the Empire and hate anyone who speaks out against it. Thorold did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it. He's my son. I feel it in my heart. Oh, you'd understand if you had children. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at your Vasker, the Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing Battleborns. Don't even get me started on that lot. They put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between 'em. Grey Mane. Now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. If only you could... My husband, you should... Well, that and head up the steps from the market and look to your right. Can't miss it. You take care of yourself now. Please, anything you can do to help me find my Thorold?
What do you need?
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need? What can I get you?
Youth, today's come and gone. For the age of aggression is just about
I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District. It's part of the Temple of Kinnereth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. Honest gold for honest work. People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? The companions? In Jorvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Magic is for the weak. Elves, I mean. They keep to that college in Winterhold. They know their place. Of course, there is Farengar. He might be the Jarl's wizard, but at least he's a Nord.
Ragnar the Red.
I should have guessed as much. Your kind sticks to that college in Winterhold, as well they should. You'd never think to learn from a Nord like the Jarl's wizard.
As he told of bold battles in gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the
Mister, could you spare a coin?
Need something?
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
We'll have to have a pint together sometime, you and me.
The security in Whiterun is
done
terrible.
nothing.
Shameful is what it is.
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store.
The guards in this city are all lazy and undisciplined. Things need to change.
Adrienne, at her forge, just outside. Place is named after her. War Maidens. It's a childhood nickname given by her father. What I hear, she was playing with swords even back then. Anyway, our wares are strong and the price is fair. What else matters? All right then. Until next time.
I've got a hungry daughter to feed, so selling my produce is really the only thing I care about.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Need something? It's been a while now. I miss him, but it's clear he's not coming back. He knew what he was getting into. I don't blame anyone. If you need a drink, just holler. Yes? Oh, did you need something? All right then. Yes?
Want to hear a little Nord wisdom? You don't really know a woman till you had a strong drink and a fist fight with her. Think you can go blade to blade with me? You'd be dead in 6 seconds. Good. Chat time's over.
I'm so hungry. Oh, thank you, Divines. Bless your kind heart. It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much. Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, well. Thanks anyway, I suppose. You're the best. Can you be my father? I'm so hungry. Just 1 gold, please?
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store.
Staying safe, I hope?
Tell me, do you believe in mighty Arche, god of life and death? I see. Well, perhaps you'll take pity on a humble priest who has lost something precious. My amulet of Arche. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd look for it, but I have been hearing noises down there. I fear the dead have become restless. Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. Would you be willing to search for it? I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs. The blessing of Arche be upon you. I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living. With this terrible war, I'm a bit overwhelmed, as are the catacombs. As Whiterun's priest of Arche, I spread his word whenever I'm able. Got something to say? Got something to say? Yes? Oh, thank Archay! Please, take this gold for your troubles. Walk always in the light in these days of darkness.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
This is a local
Think I got
favorite
the
and
key mug around
one of the
here
first
somewhere.
songs I ever learned.
You always brighten my day.
Ragnar the Red.
Here, I hope you like this.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the
A
Red.
fine day
Came
to you,
riding
friend.
to White
May
Run
you
from
die
the
with a
war
sword in your hand.
instead.
Let's sate that appetite,
The
hmm?
braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he
Sure
told of the
thing. It's
battles
yours
and
for a
gold he
day.
had made.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met shield
Let me
maiden
know if there's
Matilda
anything
who
else you need.
said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's
Maybe
high
some
time
other
that you
time
lie
I
down
will
and
be your
bleed."
destiny.
And so
Well met, kinsman.
And deserve our praise, you two, for we are one. Ere you ascended, and the 8 became 9, you walked among us.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow. Take a look. Off to Bleak Falls Barrow with you. The Jarl is not a patient man. Neither am I, come to think of it.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
You look tired, friend. The Bannered Mare has beds for rent.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl. So eager to prove herself. I'll present it to Balgruuf when his mood is agreeable. Thank you. Please, take these few coins for services rendered. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
What is it? Dragons?
He who is both man and divine. Trust in me, Whiterun. Trust in Heimskir, for I am the chosen.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his voice, shouted him apart.
The Jarl has finally agreed to send you back to Riverwood.
Yes, Housecarl. We'll leave immediately.
It's just us against the dragon? Is that it?
I can't afford to send anyone else, and we don't know where the dragon is. Your main job will be to keep an eye out and get the people to safety if the town is attacked. I don't expect the three of you to fight off a dragon by yourselves, but I do expect you to do your duty.
Of course. We'll keep Riverwood safe. You can count on it. Let's move out.
And what might
Time's
you
wasting.
need? I've got my eyes on you.
Let me guess. Helgen, destroyed by a dragon. Hard to believe, isn't it? Phew!
This is a surprise.
Here alive.
Hear something?
Think you can take me? What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Not the best you can do? You think you can take me?
Runs off with that golden claw.
That dark elf wants to go on ahead, let him. Better than us risking our necks.